In the words of Herschel Kristofsky.
What the hell is that?
What's happening, my fellow geeks and geekettes? Welcome to a brand new, very quick little episode, very sporadic little episode of Cosplay. Chris, and today I'm going to be touching on episode 5 of WandaVision. I know I haven't spoken about the previous 4 episodes. I was eventually going to save it for a whole series review. When the whole series is out, I believe there are going to be 9 episodes, but I really want to talk about season 5 because, man, what a concept and a half. So, of course, it goes without saying, there are going to be some major spoilers, not just from the previous episodes, but of course episode 5. And I hope I get my message out there and my thoughts out there, because you know what it's like when it comes to me talking about stuff like this. I usually forget a lot, and by the time I'm editing the video, I've realized I've forgotten so fucking much to say. But yes, you've been warned about spoilers, but all I can say is there is necrophilia, and then there is robotic necrophilia, all in the name of love, man. So yes, the first 2 episodes of WandaVision, I'm not gonna lie, I thought were fucking obnoxious. I seriously thought Marvel are trying to be edgy and do something different, and everyone was saying you've got to give it a chance. You got to get through the first 2 episodes. Then by the 3rd episode, things start to sort of unravel, make sense, and the story kind of becomes intertwined with what else is going on within the world of these characters. And I can safely say that is so damn true. And don't get me wrong, the first 2 episodes had amazing production value. Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bentley are just absolutely amazing. These guys absolutely kill it in their roles. They're a lot more comfortable. They embody their characters perfectly, especially in this episode, episode 5, the one we're going to be touching on today. So from episode 1, it's pretty obvious that something sinister is going on. We don't know what, and we're led to believe that Wanda and Vision are under some sort of spell, or they're trapped somewhere. The pair of them together, even though we know Vision is dead. But this episode 5, just brought it all together and unraveled and unpacked so much stuff. Wanda isn't trapped. Wanda is the one that is doing all this. In the name of love, Wanda went and stole Vision's body against his wishes and has resurrected him and is keeping him alive and has taken this town hostage to create her perfect little suburbia and that perfect little life that she wanted with Vision. I mean, there's love and then there's that. Now we see in this episode that the twins find a puppy, and Wanda drops the hint to Vision that when the boys are 10 years old, they'll be able to look after a puppy, and lo and behold, the boys grow to 10 years old just like that. Again, she's just wanting this perfect life, and if the boys want a puppy and want to be able to look after a puppy when they're 10, she will make them 10 years old. And then we see the cogs start to turn, lack of a better term, in Vision's head. He's starting to notice something's not right, something is going on. We see at his day job, he goes to Norm and tries to tap into his mind, and Norm breaks character, literally. He comes out and is actually someone else and says, help, she's trapping me, what is going on? I'm scared, I need to call my sister, da-da-da, she's looking after my dad. And he taps him again, and then he snaps back into the character of Norm. And that was horrifying, man. I mean, it was a great performance, but holy shit, like, what an interesting concept, man. Now, episode 5 is set in the 80s, so we had it starting in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. I'm guessing that episode 6 will be the 90s or late 80s. I'm not too sure. I really hope it's the 90s. I want to see how they tackle the decor and the wardrobe for the 90s look, because they have nailed every episode in terms of production design and wardrobe. It is chef's kiss on point. And obviously we're cutting back and forth from Wanda's vision back to Sword that are outside of the bubble that she's created from holding this town hostage. Agent Rambo sends a drone in to see what the hell is going on. Wanda spots it, and then we see Wanda come back out through this force field that she's created, back in her Scarlet Witch costume, and she has her original accent. She throws the drone back in their face, literally, and is like, okay, big boy, mess with me, I crush you. And as soon as she came back out through the force field in her original costume, I'm like, she's gotta have that accent, and she did, and she means business. This is how determined she is to have the perfect life. That's all she ever wanted. Whether or not people die in the process, that's all she wants. And with that, she goes back into her bubble to continue on her perfect life. And that's when Vision comes home and they kind of arc up at each other because he knows something's going on. He wants answers. He's scared. He doesn't know who he is before Westview. And this is very clever. During the argument, the credits start to roll because Wanda wants to wrap it up. She doesn't want to talk about it. She wants to end this conversation / argument. And with that, the doorbell rings. And that wasn't on her part. She opens the door and we see a shot from the back of the head of the person at the door, and the hair is silver. Now, initially, my first thought was Aaron Taylor Johnson is back, but that's how stupid I am, because we all remember he was killed in Age of Ultron. Instead, we have the Evan Peters version of Quicksilver. Again, fantastic idea, because characters come and go, characters are rewritten, characters are recast in sitcoms. And it makes sense because Aaron Taylor Johnson's Quicksilver was killed in Age of Ultron. We now have the Evan Peters Quicksilver with the Fox Marvel rendition of the X-Men, so it makes sense to bring him in as Quicksilver, and it just coincides and gels well with the whole sitcom idea. And I must say, I avoided spoilers like there was no tomorrow. I can't believe I made it out alive with not seeing this spoiler on the internet. So, and yeah, it just ends on a high note. Quicksilver's like, who's the popsicle, and points at Vision, and everyone laughs and chuckles, and that's the end. So guys, the point of this video was I initially wasn't going to talk about WandaVision until the end, until it was all wrapped up in a nice big beautiful red Vision bow, but I really wanted to touch on and realize that you should never judge a book by its cover. I'm glad I gave this series a chance because it's got me asking so many questions now, and it's got me intrigued again. It's got me with those excited butterflies like I had with The Mandalorian when you have to wait for the next episode. I'm really keen to see where this is going to go and how it's going to wrap up. It's a wonderful concept. So guys, if you are up to speed with WandaVision, drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts on what the hell is going on. What did you think of Evan Peters coming in as Quicksilver as opposed to Aaron Taylor Johnson's Quicksilver? Guys, wherever you are in the world, have yourselves an absolute cracker of a day. I hope you're well, hope you're happy. Be merry, be silly, and until next time, geeks, please always remember, cosplayers do it best.